Back when I was in 8th grade, our school organized this trip called the Louisiana Tour. We basically went around checking out all these cool spots in South Louisiana. One of the stops was the Myrtle's Plantation, supposed to be one of the most haunted places in the country. So there we were, standing in this room as part of a big group, listening to the tour guide go on about who knows what. And then, out of nowhere, I start hearing this sound, like someone's tapping on a piano key. I'm looking around, trying to figure out where it's coming from, but there's no piano in sight. I ask my buddies if they hear it too, but they're looking at me like I've lost my marbles. I'm thinking, am I going crazy here? Then, I catch the eye of this woman across the room. She gives me this look and points to her ear, like she's asking if I heard it too. I nod, feeling a little less like I'm losing it. Just when things couldn't get any weirder, the tour guide starts telling us about some soldier who died there and how people have heard him playing the piano at night. Talk about giving me the creeps. As we're leaving the room, I chat with the woman, and turns out she heard the same thing I did. But get this, her husband and son, nada, didn't hear a thing. Makes you wonder what's really going on in a place like that, doesn't it?
This happened in New Orleans. Late one night, when I was around 14, I found myself lying in bed, trying to shake off this weird feeling that had been hanging around for weeks. It all started with my TV acting up, flickering on and off at weird times during the night. At first, I figured it was just a glitch or something, no biggie. But then things started getting seriously creepy. One morning, I woke up groggy-eyed and noticed something super strange. Dirty handprints smudged along the edge of my ceiling. It looked like someone or something had been trying to claw its way out. I tried to tell myself it was just a prank or a coincidence, but deep down, I had this gut feeling that something wasn't right. As the days went by, things only got weirder. Shadows started moving around my room on their own, like they had a mind of their own. I tried to brush it off, thinking maybe I was just imagining things, but I couldn't shake this creepy feeling. Then came the night when stuff got real scary. I was lying in bed trying to ignore the tapping and scratching noises coming from the walls and ceiling. Every creak of the old house made my heart race, but I was trying my best to stay calm. And then, out of nowhere, I heard it. A voice, all soft and raspy, whispered from the darkness, asking,
"How are you today?"
It caught me off guard, and I bolted out of bed, practically flying down the stairs to where my brother was hanging out, shaking like a leaf. He looked at me all puzzled, asking what was up. I tried to explain, but I was so freaked out, the words were just tumbling out all jumbled up. My dad must have sensed something was wrong because he came home from work early to check things out. While my brother and I tried to distract ourselves with a movie, Dad went to work, determined to figure out what was going on. It felt like forever before we were able to head back upstairs. But when we did, things seemed normal again. Dad's magic had worked, and it felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. Everything was fine for many years until I just heard 3 single taps on my wall a few days ago.
I've heard this story a bunch of times growing up, and it's always given me the chills. It's one of those memories that sticks with you, you know? So way back when I was just a tiny baby in Mandeville, my hometown, my dad's best friend Jim passed away. They were super tight, and before Jim left this world, he wanted to hold me in his arms. It was one of his last wishes, and Dad made it happen. Fast forward 7 years, and I'm just your average, happy-go-lucky 7-year-old, clueless about the grown-up stuff. Then one day the phone rings. Mom's not home, and Dad's busy in the bathroom. Now my little bro and I know the rules. Don't answer the phone if you don't recognize the number. But my bro decided to bend the rules a bit and picked it up. "Hello?" he says, all curious-like. Dad comes out of the bathroom, sees what's going on, and tells my brother to hand over the phone. But my brother's deep in conversation, so he's not paying attention to Dad. Eventually he hangs up, turns to Dad and says, "Jim says hi, and he misses Skywing Nova, like it's no big deal." Dad's face? Priceless. He's shocked, like he's seen a ghost or something. We all know Jim's not around anymore, so Dad's trying to make sense of it all. Was it really Jim reaching out from beyond? Or maybe it was just my bro's imagination running wild. Either way, it's a story that stuck with us, a reminder that some friendships last even after death.
I hope you found these stories as chilling and unsettling as I did. It's a stark reminder that sometimes reality can be stranger and more frightening than fiction. If you enjoyed these tales of suspense, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more spine-chilling content. This is your host, Nicholas Black. Until next time.